88.7 WEHA. It's more than music. It's ministry.
All right, praise the Lord, everybody. How y'all doing? This is Deacon Hawks, also known as El Presidente, at the 12 o'clock hour on this blessed Saturday morning. We thank God for being with you on today. We have a lot of things going on here in the city, and of course, WEHA being in the heart of the community, we want to bring as much of it as possible. Of course, you know about the big march on today. That's getting ready to take place any minute, as a matter of fact, and we are going to have some commentating from that march in Pleasantville. It's going to start in a couple of minutes, as a matter of fact, on Woodland Avenue in Pleasantville, and then they're going to march down to the ball field, I believe, on Park Avenue. In Pleasantville, but we'll get you the absolute details of what you need to know if you still want to make your way out there today. And also, we want to give you some information about a turkey and ham giveaway that's going to take place at the Second Baptist Church in Atlantic City. So we look forward to that as well. That's going to be a little later on. We'll get you all the information. WEHA is glad to be a part of that as well, along with the fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi and some other community sponsors that are going to help put this together to give away, I believe, almost like 500 turkeys and hams. So if you need a turkey or need a ham for your holiday season, this would be a good time to go out there. It's free, and all you need to do is show a legal ID and have to be an Atlantic County resident, not necessarily just Atlantic City, but an Atlantic County resident. And we don't want them to have any turkeys or hams left, because we want to get them all out there and get them to the families who could use them and be blessed by them. So we'll get some information about that and get that going as well. So we're going to cut in periodically. So if you hear us cut in every now and then, it'll be just to bringing some of the participants for a couple of these events that are going on throughout the various areas in our community. Okay, so this is Deacon Hawks, also known as El Presidente. We're going to get you back to the programming, and just stay tuned right here to your favorite, your best gospel music station. We are in the heart of the community. We're Christ-centered, community-focused, listener-supported. We have gospel, 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM in Atlantic City. Don't forget, you can get us on Facebook Live as well. All right, so we'll see you in a few minutes. God bless.
WEHA, Port Republic, Atlantic City, and now on FM translator 100.3 W262CF, Atlantic City,
it's me,
Pleasantville.
Professor J from CCM 101 on Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM WEHA. WEHA is a Stellar Award candidate for Small Market Radio Station of the Year. Go to wehavegospel.com/vote to vote for this station. You can also cast your vote from the WEHA official Facebook page or the official We Have Gospel app.
Throws got it complete. Smith right side, first down and more to 20 at the 15, and down to the 12-yard line.
Heavenly Father, we are gathered here before you to not only say thank you for food and festivity, family and friends, but also to honor you in truth and in spirit for being God Almighty. And Father, I don't want to exit this day, this Thanksgiving, without thanking you for the gift of your kingdom, knowing that the greatest gifts are in the smell of fresh air, yoga and pray, the sound of my mind at peace but aware, the taste of a smile, minty with care. This is on my mind this Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving.
Number and dial again.
This Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving. Somewhere. Someone knows the pain of seeing an empty Oh yeah. And then there's the hungry. I'm hungry. Please. Oh, but honey, no one makes a plate for them to eat. Why not share that empty chair with someone who's lost and full of despair? Today make life fair by showing you care. This is on my mind this Thanksgiving. It's on my mind this Thanksgiving. What's on your mind this Thanksgiving? Not next, but this Thanksgiving. What's on my family is arriving. The neighbors and friends are coming. Folks I ain't seen in years will be here to share the holiday cheer. This Thanksgiving, my mind's not shooting. As long as I'm living, there is reason to give thanks. Leave a seat at the table for, oh, Christ our Lord. And let's pray for this day and many more.
What's the difference between going to AtlantiCare's Comprehensive Stroke Center and going anywhere else? It's the difference between watching your grandkid ride a bike and teaching him how to ride. It's the difference between seeing your daughter get married and walking her down the aisle. It's the difference between losing what you love and living for it. When it comes to treating stroke, the difference between going anywhere else and going to AtlantiCare is everything.
Hello?
Christian.
Hey, sir.
Okay, here we go. I'm a little rusty. This is Deacon Hawks of WEHA. And can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. We have on the air Minister Christian Ragland. He is one of the associate ministers at the Lighthouse Church in Pleasantville, New Jersey, where Pastor Kevin Ragland is the pastor. He is also one of the coordinators of this the march that is going on. I believe it's getting ready to start any minute over on Woodland Avenue, along with Evangelist Laniel, some other community leaders and businesses that are going to be a part of it, some educators and all of that. We want to kind of get the information that we need so we can understand what's going on and let people know that it's not too late to come out there and participate, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's all yours, Christian.
So, yeah, well, first, good morning, Deacon Hawk.
Good morning, brother.
Thank you for allowing me to have a couple minutes. So we just started walking. We're leaving Woodland Avenue now. And as you mentioned earlier, this is a walk, not just a march, but a opportunity for the community to come together in unity against gun violence and anything that's plaguing our community. So many people may be walking for various reasons, but today we walk as a direct response to what happened on Friday at the Pleasantville High School football game. And so what you see here today, if I can paint the picture for you,
please.
Is you have numerous leaders from various faiths. You have many people from various career paths, teachers, social workers, law enforcement, politicians, healthcare professionals, and then most importantly, you have students. You have a lot of kids here. I think I'm standing next to about 7 young men between the ages of 4 and 17. And so this is an opportunity this community to take a stand. And the beautiful thing is that it's not just people from Pleasantville, it's people from various cities and counties all together for a common cause. So we just started the process to walk, and so we're going to continue to move forward. And there's going to be some speakers when we get to the conclusion of the march, so we're excited about that.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us on Minister Christian. And if you will, as we discussed earlier, I would like for you to call in every few minutes, and we'll just preempt
Yes, sir.
programming.
Yes, sir.
If it's someone that you want us to, that wants to kind of give their commentary on it, all they have to do is call, and we'll go ahead and give them that space, up and even including the march itself. As a matter of fact, I believe my wife, Lady Praise, is going to be out there because we want to try to do a live remote from there, and kind of get that going as well, because we understand the importance of the issues of the day, and particularly when they go on right in our own backyard. And we want we want our.
Yes, and I'm sure you can hear the chants in the background. You know, you got these men, and the march is being led by men and young boys in the community, which is a powerful statement as we turn on to Route 9. But it's just really just taking a stand against just the things that has transpired in this community.
Absolutely. Where exactly is the destination, in case someone can't join into the march?
The location of the high school and the middle school.
Okay, and do you have? I know everybody probably knows where it's at, the high school and the middle school, Pleasantville High School and Pleasantville Middle School. But do they have it's right off of Route 9
and Mill Road.
And Mill Road in Pleasantville.
And Mill Road.
So if someone wants to just come out there, if they can't march or anything like that, they can just come right out there and participate?
They can come right out there. Exactly.
Okay, then. How long do you think it'll be before you get there? Because a couple people mentioned to me they won't be able to march.
So I'm going to say we'll be at the high school within 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Going over the overpass of the expressway.
Okay, then. All right, then. So once again, we have Minister Christian Ragland. He's going to be our play-by-play person, if you will, to keep us abreast of what's going on. And again, he'll have a couple other people calling in from time to time. And then when the rally starts, we hope to have comprehensive coverage of that as well. So we're going to turn back to live programming, and we'll hear from you shortly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Minister Christian Ragland. God bless. Talk to you shortly. All right, there you have it. So that was Minister Christian Ragland. Again, the march in Pleasantville, it's just to illuminate and talk about the different events that are going on, particularly that of the young man that was tragically lost his life at the Pleasantville Camden football game on last Friday. And this is in direct response with respect to all of our young people and just the senseless act of gun violence that is plaguing not just our community, but all communities. But again, charity begins at home. And we are taking the time here right in our local area, the Pleasantville, Atlantic City, Egg Harbor Township, basically to highlight exactly what's going on in our community, and just everybody coming together, business leaders, community leaders, religious leaders, just to be able to shed some spotlight on it and let them know that we stand in a sense of solidarity with one another in prayer and also in outcry, to just let you know that it's not okay and that we're not going to accept this as normal, that something has to continue to be done. We definitely are praying, but faith without works is dead. So this is a rally cry for everyone to come together and do what you can do. Everybody's not going to march. Everybody's not going to hold up the banners. Everybody is not going to necessarily be able to engage in a lot of the debates, but there's something that you can do. And that's what it's all about. So we're going to bring you live broadcasting from the event itself periodically with Christian Ragland and others. Thank God for Evangelist Lanyell. I believe she's one of the primary organizers of this event, and she is engaged in doing everything that she's been doing, and she's been on the air, as a matter of fact, for the last couple of nights in prayer, leading the community in prayer, and also commentary toward all of these events. So all of those involved, hats off to you. We're going to do what we can do here at WEHA to illuminate and bring forth the valuable information that you need, not just today, but even going forward. So we thank God for that. So we're going to get you back to the music for a few minutes, and again, when warranted, we'll come back on the air and bring you live commentary. Okay, this is Deacon Hawks, also known as El Presidente for WEHA.
Sure what the day will bring, but by faith I'll wait on you, Lord, because you're right there. Even when I want to give in, I will hold out till the end. So I will praise you anyhow. Come on, sing it. Yes, Lord. I'll praise you anyhow. Anybody learn how to lift your hands in the midst of your tears? Oh. I learned how to lift my hands in spite of adversity. And I'm not going to get on the phone and complain, because that's not going to help anything. But I'm going to open my mouth and I'm going to look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help come from you. Come on, say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thomas Whitfield said it like this. Come on, sing it to him. So just keep on praising your way. Just keep on praising. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes, Lord. In the midst of adversity, I'm going to lift my hands and tell God, God, I love you. God, I praise you. Yes, I do. Don't matter what it looks like. No matter what it looks like. I'm going to stay on my knees. Yes, I will. I'm going to thank him. I'm going to praise him. I'm going to support him. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hallelujah, I will praise him anyhow. Come on, say amen for my brother Dave Hollister tonight.
Hey, it's me, Professor J, from CCM 101 on Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM WEHA. WEHA is a Stellar Award candidate for Small Market Radio Station of the Year. Go to wehavegospel.com/vote to vote for this station. You can also cast your vote from the WEHA official Facebook page or the official We Have Gospel app.
Do you have an event coming up and need a facility? Well, let me tell you about Atlantic County's newest banquet facility, Beacon Hall, located in the heart of Egg Harbor City, right off the White Horse Pike. Beacon Hall is a full-service banquet facility that is 5,000 square feet with an attached parking lot. Book your conferences, book signings, birthday parties, bridal showers, baby showers, weddings, repasts. No event is too big or too small. You can book your next event by calling us at 609-965-4255 or email us at bookbeaconhall@gmail.com. That's BOOKBEACONHALL @gmail.com. Try Beacon Hall, where we turn moments into cherished memories.
The weather outside is frightful.
But the gospel is so delightful. Yes.
Check out our new website at www.wehavegospel.com.
Come on here. Come on, Calvin. Come on, Ramon. Come on, Sherry. I see you out there.
All right, we are getting ready to have another update on the march that is taking place on Pleasantville. We're going to hear from Minister Christian Ragland in just a second. He should be calling in any second, and we'll get him right on the air. I believe this is him calling in now. Let's see what we got here. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Yes, is this Minister Christian Ragland?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have you on the air. We thank God for you once again for being our play-by-play person, if you will, for this march that's for a great cause. We talked to you earlier, and we told our listeners that we'll be cutting in to live programming periodically so you can give us an update. Do you have one of those updates for us, sir?
Yeah, so we're getting close to the entrance of the middle school in Pleasantville of high school. So, it's really good. You have people who joined in on the march as we started walking towards it. What's fascinating is the cars that are driving by, the look in their faces as to what's going on, right? And, they're seeing young people, yelling and chanting, their lives matters, and, put the guns down and hands up. And so, I think what I'm seeing at least, again, is more people joining in and taking part in this collective opportunity to stand against, quite frankly, just the evil in our community.
That's right. And as you said earlier, that it's an array of people. It's not just necessarily religious leaders.
Absolutely.
Elaborate on that a little bit.
Politicians, you have elected officials, you have teachers, healthcare workers, firefighters, police officers, healthcare workers, you have athletes, you got many different people from various faiths. That's the other thing. Very diverse. It's not just one specific group of people. It's a diverse group of people, both ethnically, demographically, and it's a beautiful sight.
Wonderful. Do you guys do you have like some sort of an estimated head count out there as of right now? And I know it's still early.
At least 150.
Wonderful.
150, maybe close to 200.
Okay. Perfect. All right, then. So what we want you to do is to continue, and if you have a minute, because did any of the speeches start yet? Because we want to try to get that to them too. Did any of the speeches start yet?
Not yet. So they just did a moment of silence. So I'm going to have to call you back.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Okay, then. So there you have it, Minister Christian Ragland. He's kind of giving us the play-by-play of the march that is going on in Pleasantville. They are at the Pleasantville High School field, getting ready to bring some live commentary and remarks from different area leaders, civic and religious and business alike. So we are going to be getting some of that play-by-play as well. Again, this is to highlight the cause of trying to stem some of the violence that is plaguing our community right here in our own backyard. Senseless gun shootings and senseless acts of violence. And what makes it wonderful, as Minister Christian said, that various people from different backgrounds, religious backgrounds, business backgrounds, what have you, are kind of just coming together. And everybody is banding together in one voice and just really, really denouncing the plague of violence that is the tide of violence that is plaguing our community and our area. And we definitely here at WEHA want to highlight that. We want to be involved with that because it's necessary that everyone has comprehensive information, because this is not just relegated to this area, of course, but it's right in our own backyard, and a lot of people do not know what's going on. They might think that it's all Atlantic City or all Pleasantville or all Egg Harbor Township or all Egg Harbor City, but we're so in such AppSeek, we're in such close proximity to one another that what affects one affects us all. So we all want to join together in one voice. It's not good enough to say, well, this doesn't happen in my township, or this doesn't happen in my neck of the woods. The Bible lets us know there, but by the grace of God, there go I. The 10-year-old young man that was senselessly taken away from us. He could have been any of our children, and so we all want to join in this rallying cry to just kind of let everybody know that we stand with you, the families of the victims of these senseless shootings, and the community, some of the senseless violence and acts of violence that have went on, for instance, that might have went under the radar, that no one is really making a big deal out of or not talking about it. But I think it's time. It's been past time, and we have a lot of people that have been sounding the war cry to bring attention to the problems that are plaguing this area. And we definitely again want to extend a platform to do just that. So again, we're going to go ahead and get you back to the live broadcasting, but then periodically, as we said, we'll cut in from time to time and just bring you some updates. Also, we want to tell you about a wonderful giveaway that's going to happen today at the Second Baptist Church today, that's presented to you by WEHA and sponsored in part by the Kappa Alpha Psi and other various organizations in this area. It's going to take place at 3 o'clock. They're going to have a turkey and a ham giveaway. You get your choice of one. All you need is ID and have to be an Atlantic County resident. That's going to take place at 3. So we're going to have one of the representatives from the Kappa Alpha Psi, Mr. Darren Cleanscale. He's one of the organizers of this wonderful event, and we're going to hear from him in a few minutes too. So we got a lot going on in the community, and we want to WEHA wants to bring it, as much of it, to you as possible, so you will be informed. Okay, so we're going to get you back to the music that you love, and we'll flip back over where it warranted. This is Deacon Hawks, also known as El Presidente, for WEHA.
Voice, let's raise this real big. Say, oh, how you walk with me, and oh, how you walk with me, oh, how you talk with me. and oh, how you talk with me. Oh, thank you for communion, and oh, how you tell me that I am.
All right, this is Deacon Hawks, and we are getting ready to cut back in. We have, we're getting ready to cut back in with the live commentary coming from the march. They're getting ready to start the speeches, and we're going to get you on as quick as possible. Hello, Minister Christian.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got you. All right, then. You just talked a couple seconds ago, and they're getting ready to do some of the speeches.
We are just literally walking on the track onto the football field of Pleasantville High School, and it's a very surreal moment because we're walking towards the area where young Micah Tennant was shot, killed. So, it kind of hits home. You're marching, and then you see the exact location. And so we are walking on a track right now towards that location.
And we just observed a moment of silence, I believe.
Yeah, there was as we were approaching the school, there was a moment of silence as we approached the school. So very surreally, seems to be emotional moment, a moment of observation.
Wow.
For a lot of people, specifically the children who may be coming back to this place for the first time since the incident.
Christian, let me ask you something. Are you able to have your phone near the speakers so possibly we can actually bring some of the speeches right to the phone if that's not too much to ask?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll talk because I do have I think I'll be giving one of the speeches. So what I'll do is I'll try to keep it on speakerphone if possible. If not, I'll try to see if one or the other so I can go live.
Okay, then. All right, then. Yeah, if you have it on speakerphone and you have it near the mic or something like that, and then maybe you can identify the speaker that's going to go up. I know you're going to have remarks and some others, and if you can kind of be our eyes and ears for those that don't have the luxury of Facebook.
Yes, sir.
And the people that are just hearing us on the regular radio.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So give me a couple minutes, and I'll see if we can put that together for you, sir.
Okay, then I'm gonna. So you won't call me before 5 minutes or so, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna do a quick interview for another program that we're involved in, and that'll take me about 3 minutes.
Okay, you got it, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. So Christian Ragland, once again, he is our eyes and ears out on the field. And we're thankful to him for being so gracious and kind enough to bring us the play-by-play, if you will. I'm just basically coining the phrase. But again, you understand the seriousness of this and the need to illuminate this issue of violence in our area. And they are on the field as we speak, as a matter of fact, getting ready to bring remarks on today, so we'll get as much of that to you as possible. So in the meantime, we want you to just stay tuned to WEHA, and also I want to give you more information about this turkey giveaway. So we want you to stay tuned for that as well. So just hold on, and we'll get right back to you. We're going to get you back to the live music in the meantime. This is Tasha Cobb.
Hi, I'm Tawana from Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM WEHA. WEHA is a Stellar Award candidate for the Small Market Radio Station of the Year. To vote for this station, visit wehavegospel.com/vote. You can also cast your vote from the We Have Gospel app or official Facebook page. Ready? Go.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's so loving. She's so comforting. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Toast Instagram star, and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Start yours today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
Praise the Lord, everybody. This is Deacon William Hawks, also known as El Presidente, here at Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM Atlantic City, where we have gospel. And yes, we're still spreading the gospel one song at a time. We want to thank God for all of our listeners who continue to pray for us and support us. Oftentimes I'm walking down the street and someone asks, Deacon Hawks. All right, this is Deacon Hawks again. And we are going to switch back over to the march in a few minutes. But we want to give you the information that we were talking about the free turkey giveaway. We want to get more information on that as well. We're trying to get in touch.
Hello.
Yes, okay. This is Deacon Hawks, also known as El Presidente, and I believe I'm speaking live with Mr. Darren Clinkscale, and he is one of the organizers for the turkey and ham giveaway at Second Baptist Church, where Kappa Alpha Psi, along with WEHA and some others. Mr. Clinkscale, do I have you on the air?
Yes. Hey, Deacon Hawks. Thank you very much. How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
We are blessed. We are trying to work with the community, and thanks to WEHA for your support. And again, there's a lot of good people out here doing a lot of good work.
That's right. That's right. We're kind of talking to you simultaneously with the march that is going on in Pleasantville to stem the tide of gun violence in this community. And I hats off to you, your organization, the Kappas, and along with the others of us that are taking an active role in doing our part to do what we can do. Everybody might not be at the march, but if you can give away turkeys and you can help somebody in other capacities, that's what it's all about. Would you like to just kind of give us a little bit of the mission of what even the turkeys, the obvious thing is people that need and all of that, but it even goes beyond that. You want to speak on that a little bit, sir?
Absolutely, man. Thank you again for this opportunity. Again, I wanted to acknowledge some of our co-sponsors. Green Life Energy Solutions teamed up with the Atlantic County Sheriff's Office, and all of this is the brainchild of one of our newest members of the Atlantic City Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, Brother James Presley, and has helped us spearhead this initiative to give out over 200 turkeys, over 200 hams, 3 o'clock this afternoon at the Second Baptist Church here in Atlantic City. That's at 110 Reverend Dr. Isaac Cole Plaza, right here at Second Baptist Church. We're getting set up right now, and we are we've got some people waiting outside, actually. We know that there's a lot of need in the community, and we're happy to play our part, albeit small, but we just want to do what we can to help the city of Atlantic City, and anyone who might need a free turkey. This is open to anyone in Atlantic County. We encourage everybody to come out. We're going to be here till the last turkey and ham is given away. And again, we just appreciate you and WEHA for all that you guys have done to support us.
Wonderful. Is it any other criteria other than just showing up to obtain this turkey or ham?
No, again, we do have a voter registration going on, but
Okay.
we feel as though that anybody who shows up is a member, a resident of Atlantic County. Again, if they have a need, we're here to kind of help them. We're not here to screen people. We are not looking at any way to stop giving away the turkeys. We want to give it to anybody who shows up. And again, we're hoping that the people that need it the most come out.
And it is a first come, first serve. So if you want to get them, you better do what I guess those crowd of people are doing now. Get ready to just get in line, I guess, right?
Yes. Again, there's about 30 or so people out here. Again, I think thanks to WEHA for helping to spread the good word. That we've got some people waiting in line already, but we will commence the giving away the turkeys at 3 o'clock. Again, at Second Baptist Church here in Atlantic City. And again, thank you and WEHA, El Presidente, for all that you do for the community. I know that, again, without you, we wouldn't be as successful as we are. We appreciate you, brother. God bless you.
God bless you, and thank you, Mr. Darren Clinkscale from the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and all of those that are working in conjunction to give away these turkeys and hams. And we actually want you to only be out there a few minutes because we want to go ahead and give them away and get them to the families who can definitely be blessed by them. Thank you, Mr. Clinkscale, for calling in.
Thank you, El Presidente. God bless.
God bless. All right, that was Darren Clinkscale of the Kappa Alpha Psi, and he is one of the coordinators of this wonderful, wonderful effort to give away free turkeys. I believe that we have another call. Let's see. Okay. No, that's not. All right. I believe we have another call getting ready to come in from the march. We're working simultaneously with the march to kind of keep you updated on the information. I believe the speeches have started, so we will definitely get you that information as well as it's warranted. So we want you to stay tuned, and we thank you for your tolerance as we go back and forth. But we believe that it's very, very important to let you know what's going on in our community, the good, the bad, and the not so good. We need to know it all so we can come together and you can simply get in where you fit in. Again, everybody might not be able to attend the march, but if you're not able to march, you can pray for those who are out there marching, or you can do whatever the Lord lays on your heart to do. A lot of movements have been birthed, unfortunately, but fortunately through misgivings that happen in the community, and it's a rallying cry of sorts. And unfortunately, it happens as a result of an unfortunate act. But thankfully enough, people are inherently good in their heart, and they just want to help, and they might not know what to do. They might not know which way to turn. They might not know who to go to, and it's just good to know that there's some organizations out there that care. Rather, it's to help stem the tide of violence, or to in cooperation with other organizations, help feed people that are in need. And we just feel here at WEHA that we want to bring all of it to you as much as we can actually fit in. All right, so we're doing just that, as we always been doing for the last 10 years. But I do want to get over to, I'm waiting for Minister Christian to call us back so we can get you back to the march. And so stay tuned. We'll get you back to the music in the meantime and get you back to the march as soon as we can. All right, this is Deacon Hawks, also known as El Presidente with WEHA. Hello, WEHA. Hey, Lady Praise, you're at the march, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you? I know Minister Christian was going to have some people up speaking. Are they up now?
They are. I just don't think the speaker is loud enough to where you're going to be able to hear him. I don't know if you can hear him in the background.
I can hear him a little in the background, but not real clear. Is there any way that you can get closer or anything like that?
No, it's not. I don't even see where the actual speakers are.
Okay.
Hold on, they're praying. They're having a prayer.
Sure. We're just holding on as they are out there praying. The audio is not the best out there, so we can't really give you real comprehensive audio, but what we'll do is we'll still give you as much play-by-play of what's going on and how many people, or I mean, who is going up there to say their speech, and again, just doing whatever we can to kind of illuminate this event that was so well thought out and well organized. Again, unfortunately, due to circumstances that have plagued our area, not just the city of Pleasantville, but Atlantic City and surrounding areas. But right now, particularly, our thoughts and our hearts are lifted up before God for the family of the young man that was taken from us far too soon. And we want to definitely do what we can, even beyond the march. We want to, this is a rallying cry, and this is a call to action. We actually just want to get in where we fit in. So that's our mandate. Lady Praise. Lady Praise.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to make your way closer to a speaker?
That's what I'm gonna try to do.
Okay. And just hold it up to the speaker. Who was that who just led the prayer?
That was Pastor Ragland.
I'm sorry?
Pastor Ragland.
That was Pastor Ragland of the Lighthouse Church in Pleasantville. Okay, he opened
Correct.
up with prayer.
Yeah, he led a prayer.
Okay, so if you can just try to make your way to a speaker.
Come as close as I can get. Let me know if you can hear it better.
Hello? Hello? Lady Praise, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, no, I don't hear anything now.
Yeah, I can barely hear. I'm all the way up where the speaker is.
Oh, okay, but it's not coming through the speaker good?
No, it's not very clear.
Okay. All right. What we'll do is we'll just continue the way we've been doing, and then we'll just wait for Minister Ragland to call in and just give us some more commentary on what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. Who is up now, and what are they doing?
There's a speaker up now. I'm not familiar who it is.
Okay.
He's just basically having comments.
Okay, then. And I guess that'll be what'll be happening throughout. What is the mood out there, Lady Praise? What is this? We talked to Minister Ragland a couple of times, but what is the sense and what is the mood? What is the feeling out there right now for those who just can't be there?
Yeah, it's just a spirit of wanting to see change, wanting to support the family and the community that this has affected. And just by coming together as one voice and one people, letting ourselves be known by coming out in this magnitude.
Wonderful.
Not knowing what we can do, but this is something that can, I don't know what I can do, but if this is what we're doing, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm here.
That's right.
You have signs that say, this is not okay. I want to live. You have one that says self, and then it has gun. It has the gun crossed out, and it's saying self-control. You have people with different signs and things of that nature. Lanyo started off with the initial message, and she got really choked up just in giving her message.
Sure.
So it's coming from a very sincere, and a very real place.
And that's the sense of the atmosphere in the and on the ball field right now. And I believe, as Minister Ragland was telling us, that you have an array of representatives out there, politicians, clergy, and business people alike. Also,
correct. You have a lot of media as well. So
okay.
A lot of media coverage due to press. I see cameras. I see a lot of picture taking. I guess. Both forms of media is out here as well.
Okay. All right, then. Wonderful. Okay, then.
Like they have a student coming up now.
Okay. All right.
Like a student who is coming up.
Gotcha.
And this is speaker system isn't the best, so I really can't hear.
Okay, then. Well, I mean, the play-by-play that you've given us has been excellent, because we definitely want to have a sense of the heart of the program itself, and from you we get a sense of it, just as you articulated, that it's a sense of oneness and coming together, and I don't know exactly what I can do, but I'm here and I'm willing to do something, and we want our listeners to know, because there's going to be a lot of people that couldn't be there, and I know they had a good show, and it has to be, at least a couple hundred people out there, Lady Praise?
Yeah. Like Christian said, about 150, possibly 200 people.
Excellent. And we know that we have a lot of people listening by way of radio and Facebook and all of that, who can't be there, who also might want to join in after this is all over. This is, again, unfortunately, but fortunately, this is how movements start normally, and they're birthed out of tragedy a lot of times. And so we again, we want to do what we can as a community-based station, WEHA, and also we want to avail ourselves to those that are engaged. Thank God for Evangelist Laniel and being one of the primary organizers of this, and also other leaders in the community. And Minister Christian was telling me that it's a cross spectrum of people, not necessarily one denomination, but all sorts of religious leaders out from the Jewish community, Islamic community, again, and again, this is not just limited to one organization of people, or even just one color. Violence against one is violence against all, and all of us can relate to having young kids or grandkids. My oldest grandson is 10 years old, and so all of us, if we don't know someone directly, but even indirectly, that is faced with this alarming trend of violence, and particularly that perpetuated on to our young people. And that even makes it even more sadder, that people that are, just going to see a football game, and that could have been any of us taking our kids to a football game or a sporting event, and, have to be met with this kind of tragedy. We know that just to pray about it it's going to definitely take more. But those that know the word of prayer, please bend your knees and your hearts to God and pray that these people, that the policymakers, the educators, those that really stand in the forefront to try to evoke change, will indeed be successful, because it's one thing to talk about it year after year after year after year, but something has to be done, and we are the change agents. So again, we don't want to just sit on the sidelines and just talk about it, but we want to be about it. All right, so Lady Praise, I'm going to let you go as need. I know Christian Ragland, he's going to have remarks, so I know he might not be able to call right back in. But if you see the need, please call back in and just give us any commentary that you need, that we need to hear about.
All right then.
Thank you.
All righty.
All right. So that's Lady Praise, and she is live over there at the event as well. And again, we don't really have an agenda or anything of bringing you what we bring you. We're just trying to do whatever we can to try to home in on the events of this also important march and rally as a result of the violence that it, has perpetuated our area, and particularly in Pleasantville as of recent, with the young man being taken away from us, 10 years old, and we just again, as Lady Praise was saying, and as different people were going up, Evangelist Line yelled that, of course, they couldn't help but to be choked up, and of course, and then as Minister Christian Ragland was saying, as they were approaching the field during the march, and they got closer and closer to the field and could actually see where the young man was shot, it just became all so surreal. So once again, our hearts and our minds are with the families of the young man that was taken away from us so senselessly, and also just the community in general, because it really brings home the need and the urgency to try to really rally all those that have a voice, and those who have certain authorities to put certain legislation into play. It's really important for us to stand with them and by them, and in a lot of cases force their hands for those that may just kind of be kind of stagnated in their positions, and particularly in our Black and brown communities. We want to really stand together, because a lot of this senseless killings, I should say, result in deaths that are right in our own backyard in a lot of cases. Again, and it's just so unfortunate, and hats off again to those organizations that really count it not robbery to do whatever they can. I'm a part of a coalition for a safe community, and we consist of a lot of leaders, religious leaders, and business leaders, and we do what we can, not just through we started off as a gun buyback program, but also we extended it through education and programs that help children from everything to getting skills and getting the tools that they need to go on and know that they have alternatives in life, and they don't have to become subject to the gangs and the perpetrators of violence, and that there is a better way, and that there is a way that will enhance your quality of life. And so again, that's the Coalition for a Safe Community, which I'm a part of that. And again, there's so many others that are part of that as well. And if we don't know each of one of those organizations by name, definitely reach out to somebody, because I venture to say that somebody is a part of it. But now it's all about all of us coming together as one. You have your organization, they have their organization. There's not one organization that has to spearhead everything. There's several organizations that can come together and do what we do together. And, a closed hand makes a mighty powerful fist, and that's what it's all about for us, closing our hands and unity and solidarity, and making a powerful fist and striking a powerful blow to stemming the tide of violence in this area and in this community all over the country. But again, charity starts at home. and it spreads abroad. Okay, and we just have to let it be known that it's not okay. Lady Praise said that it's signs being held up saying this is not okay. We usually put our sports flags outside of our homes and all of that and everything, but that's a sign. That's a sign as well that could go outside on our front yard. That the curb the violence. Stop the violence, and stop the killings. And of course, for some, it may come across a little radical, but to the point, it has to be radical. The Bible lets us know the kingdom suffered violence, and the violence taketh by force. So by any means necessary, you have to at least give people the information they need, because some of this may not be directly, but indirectly. We have to make sure that we're voting in the right leaders into various positions in office. So again, our politicians, they take an oath of office, and we have to, beyond the campaign, and when the campaign is over and the rallies is over and they stopped into our various businesses and churches and schools, we have to hold them accountable to make sure that they're doing what they said they were going to do, and the platforms that they said they were going to run on, whether it's safe schools or safe streets and all of that. And again, this is not to point a finger at any particular group or movement. Some things are beyond your control, but a lot of this is within our control to at least bring some of this stuff in control. And we want to hold everyone accountable, but also you, also me. We have to be accountable. We have to. We know that there's a culture of not snitching and not telling and all of that. And look. In order to bring a lot of these perpetrators to justice, we have to think. We have to change our thinking. We just have to. Young kids, and it's not okay for any age group, but we got our kids being murdered now. Come on, and I don't want to hear anybody's going on this tangent. Well, the police this, the police that, and all of that. Well, wait a minute. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Where's your mind? Where's your head? You know what I mean? You're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution, all right? And it's good, and it's always easy for everybody to play Monday morning quarterback and say, you should have done this, you should have done that. But the first question I would ask, and this may be kind of going off point a little bit, but did you vote? Did you vote? Are you voting in the not just the national elections, but are you voting in the local elections, the school board elections, the council elections, the mayoral elections? Are you letting your voice be heard? And a lot of people want a voice, but they're not willing to participate in where your voice can be heard the loudest, and that's at the polls. So again, these are just the rallying cries, if you will, and I'm kind of going off into my own thing a little bit. And but needless to say, it's all about coming together, joining together, whether it be in your churches, your synagogues, your mosques. And coming together and lifting up one united voice in solidarity and dealing with these various issues that affect everyone in our community, everyone. And we, again, want to just do what we need to do to bring attention to it, okay? So we're going to get you back to the music. Again, don't forget, once again, the turkey and free turkey and ham giveaway that's going to take place at the Second Baptist Church, 110 Isaac Cole Avenue in Atlantic City, New Jersey. That's going to take place at 3 o'clock. People are literally lining up in front of Second Baptist right now for their free turkey or ham. And it's no charge. We want to I know they've already given out a couple of hundred, and I think they have a few hundred more that they want to give out. And WEHA, we're glad to be a part of that as well, along with the principal sponsors, which is Kappa Alpha Psi. We heard from Mr. Darren Cleanscale, one of the organizers for this turkey giveaway, and he's a part of the Kappa Alpha Psi, and the various leaders and community leaders and businesses that are a part of this as well. So go out there at 3 o'clock and get your free turkey or ham. I believe you need to just establish that you're an Atlantic County resident, but again, they're not going to do an intense background check or anything like that. We want you to, if you need a turkey, you need a ham, go get it at Second Baptist at 3 o'clock. All right, this is Deacon Hawks, also known as El Presidente, and hanging in there with you, and we hope to get some more information from the march shortly. In the meantime, we're going to get you back to the music that you love. Deacon Hawks here from WEHA.
WEHA, Port Republic, Atlantic City, and now on FM Translator 100.3 W262CF, Atlantic
Hi,
City,
I'm Tawana
Pleasantville.
from Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM WEHA. WEHA is a Stellar Award candidate for the Small Market Radio Station of the Year. To vote for this station, visit wehavegospel.com/vote. You can also cast your vote from the We Have Gospel app or official Facebook page. Ready? Go.
Throws, got it complete. Smith right side, first down and more to 20 at the 15 and down to the 12-yard line.
Heavenly Father, we are gathered here before you to not only
Hawks, a name that has been trusted for almost 30 years in the janitorial services industry, is proud to present Hawks Professional Moving Services, fully insured, local and long distance, packing services, commercial and residential, no job too small or too large, friendly and reliable services. For more information or a free estimate, 609-484-0452. Hawks Professional Moving Services, where we treat your belongings like our own.
Hi, I'm Tawana from Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM WEHA. WEHA is a Stellar Award candidate for the Small Market Radio Station of the Year. To vote for this station, visit wehavegospel.com/vote. You can also cast your vote from the We Have Gospel app or official Facebook page. Ready? Go.
All right. You just heard also that WEHA, we are in the first round of voting. We are nominated once again for another Stellar Award. We have 2 Stellar Awards to our credit in 2013 and 2015, but we are going for a third one here in 2019, or I guess it'll be really 2020. But we have 4 nominations. I'm looking at the plaques showing that we've actually been nominated 5 times with 2 wins of those 5 nominations. So again, we would love to bring that third Stellar Award. As the saying goes, 3 is a charm. So we want you to go to, you can go to thestellarawards.com, or you can go to wehavegospel.com and cast your vote in this first round. The votes that we accumulate in this first round will determine the votes that if we move on to the second and final round of voting to bring home the third Stellar Award. It's a wonderful thing to be nominated by a group of your peers and your well-wishers, but then there's another thing to actually bring home the hardware. So we have 2 statues sitting up there now that are beautifully displayed, and we are very, very proud of them. We give all the glory and honor to God for them. It's just a testimony to the work that has been done here in this part of the vineyard, and we're glad to be a part of it. We're glad to be a recipient of it, and we don't take it lightly. And of course, we'd like to bring home a third one. So make sure that you go to wehavegospel.com and cast your vote in this first round. I'm emphasizing the first round because if we make it to the second round, that's the second and final round, we will need your vote again. That's how it works. But we have to get past this first round. we're thankful because there's a lot of stations out there throughout the country, and for us to even be nominated as many times as we have is a testament to the diligence of this station to continue to keep gospel music alive in this area and to do our part, particularly for the community in which we live. If anyone knows, our motto is we're Christ-centered. We're also community-focused. And we have gospel, 88.7 FM and 100.3 Atlantic City, where we have gospel. And yes, we're spreading the gospel one song at a time. But also we want to also illuminate the highlights of what's going on right here in our own backyard. Many radio stations you just hear syndicated shows, and they're broadcasting from different parts of the country and all of that, and that's all well and good to get information, but sometimes you need to know exactly what's going on in your own backyard, and we definitely are thankful for the opportunity to do that, because a lot of areas bigger than ours don't even have the luxury of having a station that will literally stop everything and switch the broadcasting to events that are necessary to hear right here in your own backyard. So once again, we're up for Station of the Year in the small market category once again, WEHA, and we are going for our third Stellar Award. So we need your vote in this first round. WeHaveGospel.com or StellarAwards.com and cast your vote for WEHA, and we thank you in advance.
What's the difference between going to AtlantiCare's Comprehensive Stroke Center and going anywhere else? It's the difference between watching your grandkid ride a bike and teaching him how to ride. It's the difference between seeing your daughter get married and walking her down the aisle. It's the difference between losing what you love and living for it. When it comes to treating stroke, the difference between going anywhere else and going to AtlantiCare is everything. We're the only healthcare program with a neurocritical care team available 24/7. We have a diagnostic neuroimaging lab, and our neurosurgeons are always ready to operate if needed. And we meet the toughest standards to be a designated comprehensive stroke center. Why are we offering world-class stroke care right here?
Mrs. Thomas, your husband is in the right hands.
Because the difference is worth it. To see the difference, visit atlanticare.org/strokecare.
Would you like to hear your company or church announcements or church broadcast on the airwaves of WHA? You can call our business office at 609-641-8870 for further details.
We thank you for all forgiveness. With music in our heart and praise on our lips, we declare this day that we are blessed.
Man. against thee to try and spoil the day. They'll rush in one road to harm thee, but they'll flee seven.